From a multi-generational ranching family based on Colorado's Front Range, Steve Norris's connection to cowboys is innate. That ranching background provided a natural transition into riding cutting horses for Steve.
When I think about when I was a cowboy, I have to honestly say that I never thought about it. It was just how I lived, how we lived. And I kind of grew up thinking everybody was a cowboy, because I didn't know any different. I don't know, I just always appreciated a horse. I loved horses. I just always wanted to be around them, and they were just good therapy. Like the horses and my dogs, those were so important to me. Through my whole life, they still are.
In his youth, Steve became a member of the National Intercollegiate Rodeo Association, rodeoing for Colorado State University, and later joined the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, where he rodeoed professionally for a time.
I think the roping and the cutting were my favorite events, and the more the cattle event classes, those were the ones I really looked forward to and enjoyed. I think the time I really got interested in cutting was during the Colorado State Fair. They had a cutting contest there, and I just loved watching that.
Steve began attending NCHA cuttings in 1973 and worked his way into the hauling routine. He found that the sport of cutting crossed over perfectly to the demands of working cattle on the ranch.
Everything I've done, it's just been me. And, I worked my own horses, and most of the times I never worked them. We would use them on the ranch. And because if you had a nice horse like that, what good is he if you can't go out and cowboy on him and use him, sorting cattle or, pushing cows around or pulling dry cows off or things like that.
The Norris Ranch even hosted NCHA's National Convention, where Steve says he interacted with members who would become lifelong friends. Politically, Steve's involvement in the NCHA business continued to expand until he was approached to seek office of president.
And so I had to do a lot of thinking then, and what an honor just to be asked, of this association to even be considered to run for president. When I was running for vice president, I picked 3 issues that I thought I could work on. And one was the finance committee, getting the financials out in the chatter, just making that more public and so people could just see our financials and where we're at. The other, we worked on the leveling system with the major events. And then one that was near and dear to my heart was the circuit system.
Steve proposed the circuit system to help bolster grassroots participation. After more than 2 years of formulating a cohesive plan, the executive committee voted to pass the circuit system into existence.
To me, that was the highlight of my whole time with NCHA when we passed that motion to start the circuit. I think it's going to take roots, and it's going to be a good thing for the weekend cutter, because that gives the weekend cutters, they can stay in their area and qualify to show on a national level.
Extending NCHA's rich legacy into perpetuity continues to be one of Steve's primary goals and objectives.
I look forward to continue helping where I can, the members of NCHA and supporting the circuit and everything that we've got going now. I look forward to continuing to be part of NCHA and helping out where I can.
Despite his many years of NCHA service and participation, Steve still finds it hard to believe that he is being inducted into the NCHA Members Hall of Fame.
To be voted in by a group of your peers and looking at the people that have been inducted into this Hall of Fame, it's just like unbelievable that I would be in with these other groups of people. And I just want to thank NCHA, all the members, all the committee men, everybody that's kind of was behind me and voting in, for this honor.
Steve says that without his faith and full support of his son Stephen and daughters Kayla and Shada, that his successful journey with the NCHA would have been impossible.
Without them and the support and the love from them, none of this would really be possible. During my 3 years as president, I did a lot of praying to the Lord about asking His guidance, His wisdom, and His favor, that I would do the right thing for this association. All the members involved, all the horses, all the sponsors, just all the advertisers, that I would just do the right thing, upholding the heritage of this association and the values that NCHA represents.